So in the past couple of weeks, you've probably heard about this film called Cats and how it's awful and probably an abomination to cinema as a whole. And it just might be. What the hell did I just see? Even some celebrities like Brie Larson and a couple other people are talking about this film, which first it was just getting like dumped on. People are tweeting about it like it's almost like potentially like a cult classic to some capacity. Maybe even going to the theater because it's so bad that it's good. I'll say it. Cats is no cool cat. It's more like a feral cat that's kind of got a nice coat, but like a really bad meow. And really just not good. So the story for this one, I'm honestly not entirely sure. Let's just see what Google says because... Okay, so according to Google, it says, a tribe of cats must decide yearly which one will ascend to the headside layer and come back to a new life. Was that it? Cats is easily one of the weirdest and most uncomfortable film experiences, not just of 2019, not just of the decade, but maybe ever. And if you might have thought like, oh, maybe the trailers are just like not finished or whatever it is, the movie's not freaking finished. Honestly, it's kind of as bad as the trailers and promos showed. I didn't see them really, but they're kind of as bad as like this. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. What executive was like, you know what? This slaps. It's just creepy and haunting. And once you just strap yourself in for this just mind-bending roller coaster of a film, and it starts off literally just throwing you in this world, quite literally with a bagged cat. That is not just a handful of wild cats. Shout out to High School Musical. But every single creature is this weird humanoid animal insect. This actually happens in the film. This is actually in the movie. Like, no deleted scenes, no, like, tweet by the people responsible for this thing, just trying to, like, like, oh, I don't know, look at this, what do you think? Go watch the movie. This is in it. It's not even, I swear, it's not even the most bizarre thing in this movie. It's probably like number 4 for me, quite honestly. Like, oh my God. And even after a while, you sort of get to this point where you're like, it's not even that bad, so you think. And then you're just more shocked as to how something like this was greenlit. Like the makeup changes, I noticed from some scenes up to the other, and they're not even like on properly. They're kind of like slipping at points. The thing that I found most bizarre was the proportions of the bodies to the people, the cats in the world. It's hilarious. Like, they'll like take like a deliberate like zoom out of sequences and you sort of see how big they are and they're like the size of a water bottle. Oh my God. I don't know. It was just super jarring, very inconsistent, and absolutely hilarious. When you're watching the movie, like, I honestly thought there was some sort of like this is a dystopian future where there was a bomb and the world ended and the last members of humanity just turn into these weird humanoid cats who just break in a musical song and dance. So it is a musical at its core because honestly there's no real story and it's just so messy and poorly executed, mixed in with all the chaos and bizarreness of the cats. It's virtually impossible to follow any coherent story here, but there probably wasn't more than a 45-second break where there's just dialogue or character development or just interactions, just with the characters on the screen, without a musical number just bursting in. After the 4th or 5th time, you sort of come to this realization and you're like, oh, like we're gonna be doing this for the next hour and a half. And I think one of the things that really surprised me about Cats was that it was like oddly like sexual. Like, I don't know if it was like the tails or the movements or something. Cats confirmed aphrodisiac. I think what really attracted me to this film as well, after the initial just buzz, was the fact that they announced to the studio that they're going to be updating the film. They're going to be putting a patch, like an updated version of the film to improve the CGI because people kept complaining about it. Like, that was going to fix anything. I'm so confused. If there is one thing that I will say about Cats, despite coming off as this like sort of weird, trippy, fever dream, nightmare, bad trip, it's definitely bold and it's well choreographed. Quite honestly, I can say I don't think it's like anything I've ever seen before. The music and the way that it progresses is enjoyable at points, but it's often overshadowed by the visual barf that's just being constantly thrown at you and just the confusion of this film. And I will say, the movie almost ups itself every musical beat, like every new dance and song, it almost ups it up every single time. Like if you see the trailer and you think, well, I think I have an idea of how this film's gonna be, you really don't. It goes. This is where you think the film is with the pool. That you just like. You just go all the way down. I will give credit where credit is due. At points, the musical cues do feel very grand and epic. I actually enjoyed some of them. Like I had fun watching it. My gosh, is the plot just stupid and hard to follow. Part of me almost liked it, but like I said, I was almost gonna put it in the category of it's so bad that it's good. I really wanted to. And like while the shock factor certainly lasts the entirety of its like 1 hour and 49-minute runtime or something around there, it quickly disappears after the 45-ish minute mark, I'd say. Because I would say like at that point you have a few of the musical numbers down, the insanity is already set in, and all you're really left with is this just dull, poorly put together, unforgivably bad product. This must have been a big tax write-off for someone or some company. I'm certain, because the most surprising part, because I didn't watch any trailers really, I saw like 2 photos of this film and just tweets, was how many celebrities are in this movie. Like somebody must have called in some hefty favors to get some of these big acts in here. And like it's not just like 1 or 2 like big name actors. There's a pretty stacked cast in this film. Let me just read you guys some of the names who are in here. And not just actors, but singers as well, and performers. Like let's see, look, we got Jennifer Hudson, Jason Derulo, Idris Elba, my goodness. Taylor Swift's got a cameo here. James Corden, Judi Dench, Ian McKellen, Rebel Wilson. They must have got like a massive bag or something. I don't know. I could probably go on about this movie more and more, but every time I felt like Jennifer Hudson's character popped up on screen and they were just like snot, just constantly drooling. I'm like, is it tears? Is it snot? It kept changing. I wasn't sure, but it just kept making me uncomfortable. And I just want to be like, yo, here's a tissue. like Jason Derulo got a role in this film. I mean, he actually did kind of an okay job, but yeah, I mean, I just, it was so weird. It was just so, everything about this movie just is so weird. Warped. I don't know. I will say though, this is probably the closest we're getting to a live action Kraven the Hunter. It's pretty close. I sort of found like Idris Elba's performance to be fairly phoned in here as well. He would just jump in, like he would just like sort of not be a part of the scene very much, and like his character would sort of just pop up like this at the end of a musical number and be like, McCavity. If you want to experience something that you've never experienced before, that has some pretty good music, musical numbers, and choreographed dancing, then go watch Cats. If you're looking to see a film that's got a story or good performances all around, you will be seriously disappointed. Cats, 2.5 out of 10. See ya. Oh my god. I can't wait for the sequel, dogs.